Hello everyone, thank you for joining us today. In the previous video we showed how training aerobically and anaerobically help promote the neuromuscular, the cardiopulmonary, the immune system, and also our mental health. Well, today's video is about detraining, or simply stopping exercise. So what really happens when we stop exercising? What changes within our metabolism? How does stopping exercise affect our aerobic and anaerobic capacities? And how does it affect our neuromuscular and cardiopulmonary system? So let's see what happens to our aerobic and anaerobic fitness when we stop exercise. It is actually depressive to know that from day one, when we stop exercising, our aerobic capacity starts declining. Indeed, starting day one, we lose 1% of our aerobic capacity, known as maximum volume of oxygen. In a study done in Queens College, New York, 25 elite athletes lost 25% of their aerobic capacity within 5 days of staying without training. In general, when we stop training for a week, we lose 5% of our aerobic capacity. In the second and third week, we lose 12%. And between the fourth and the seventh week, we lose 15% of our aerobic capacity. By the 10th week, we lose 26%. And after 6 months, we lose almost 50% of our aerobic capacity. Significant negative changes within our cardiovascular and pulmonary system go along with the training. A decline in blood volume and stroke volume. That means less oxygen is provided to our working muscles, and also a decline in metabolic values like capillaries and myoglobin, the two responsible for oxygen and nutrient diffusion from the blood stream to the tissues. Our cardiac output increases, meaning our heart has to work harder than when we were fit. Beside all the above, our blood pressure goes up and our testosterone and growth hormones decline. The training also affects our neuromuscular system. Indeed, when we stop training, we lose muscle hypertrophy, meaning we lose strength and muscular mass, especially during the first 4 weeks of the training. However, the good news is that we can reverse that quickly if we go back and train progressively again. And that's because of the characteristics of the human muscle and the intramuscular memory. Detraining also increases body fat and bad cholesterol, or high-density lipoprotein. It also reduces muscle capillary blood flow, which is related to a better functionality of the muscle. So, what is our conclusion here? If aerobic and anaerobic fitness benefits are to be at least maintained, it would be wise to reduce the intensity or the frequency or the duration of the training rather than stopping exercise. I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. My name is Brahim Chab. Till next time, see you. Take care.